You need to apply at 11 o'clock at night on the 95th day, pre-qualify on Navy Federal. You can do it on the app or online, and then you should be good. You don't need a good credit score to get that 25K credit limit with Navy Federal.
Wow. There we go.
Yep.
20K. We see it. We see it. Look
Yeah.
at that. Navy Fed, guys. You see it. Navy Federal just made another major change with their account holders. What else is going on where you can now give someone something?
Oh, yeah. So what I like about Navy Fed is obviously...
Hey, what's going on, guys? Calvin Russell here. Listen, this guy needs no introduction. You've seen him plenty of times on our YouTube channel, but not only that, he's well over 100,000 subscribers, and I'm sure some of you all watching this video have attributed to that as well too. But listen, he's a very busy businessman. Of course, he doesn't have a lot of time, so get your notepads out. You know he's gonna drop the gems. And of course, want to introduce you all to none other than Mr. Ecom Bulldog. Ecom, can you hear us okay?
What's up, Calvin? What's up, Calvin? What's up, everybody out there?
All right. Awesome. Listen, I'm always glad when you come on to the channel, man, because I know you're going to drop some gems as you learn stuff. You always keep us in the loop, man. So we greatly appreciate that.
First of all, thank you, Calvin, for having me on, and I attribute a good portion of my success to you just having me on, making me believe in myself more, and what you do for others, especially in your community. And the only club I want to be at is at the 850 Club Credit.
That's right, man. That is right. I appreciate it, man, for sure. All right, let's get right into it. So now you've been, of course, talking about a secret method that people can do to get a high limit credit card of about $20,000 in about 95 days. How can people do that?
Awesome. That's a great question. I'm gonna break it down in less than a minute.
Okay.
All right. So everybody, get your notepads ready. Number one, you need a flagship checking account. Number two, you need a money market account. Okay. Number three, you need a pledge loan. All right. Pledge loan, you could do one for 3,000. One's enough. Okay. Number four, you need a trade line of at least 10,000 or more. Trade line for sure. Number five, you need OOPS, optional overdraft protection service, on the 90th day. Okay. And then number six, you need to apply at 11 o'clock at night on the 95th day, pre-qualify on Navy Federal. You can do it on the app or online, and then you should be good. You don't need a good credit score to get that 25K credit limit with Navy Federal.
Now listen. Ecom, I know you know this by heart. We got to run that back again, okay? So that, but no, I'm glad, because there are some people that get it quick, and then there are some people like, okay, let's break it down. So now the first thing you said was you need a flagship account. For those who are new to the credit space, what is a flagship account?
Perfect. Flagship is like your big boy checking account. They want you to at least have $1,500 in the account. However, if you don't, and you don't keep it under, you keep it under 1,500, they'll just charge you $15 a month. But it is your top tier checking account.
What's going on, guys? Today I want to share something with you that's really special, especially for small business owners. It's about Fair Figure and their Capital Card, today's sponsor.
This isn't your typical credit card. The Fair Figure Capital Card is designed specifically to help small and medium-sized businesses build or strengthen their credit, even if they have limited or poor credit history. Unlike traditional credit cards, this one is based on your business deposit history, not your credit score. So even if you struggled in the past getting approved for credit cards, don't worry. Fair Figure's got you covered. And here's the best part. Your activity is reported to major business credit bureaus such as CreditSafe and Equifax. That means responsible use, like on-time payments and low utilization, can actually build your credit over time. The more your credit improves, the more funding you have access to. So as your business grows, you're not stuck. So you can scale right along with it. If you're ready to build your business credit and get access to the funding and capital that you need, scan this QR code right here or click the link in the description below. Now back to the video.
So it makes that relationship with you and Navy Federal key. So if you have that flagship checking account, they think, oh man, this guy's going to deposit more money in the future or something like that. But it's just keeping that RBI, right? Relationship banking is the ticket. Most people have these credit unions, but they don't build a relationship with them.
Right. Yeah, that's key.
I wanted to show you something though. Give me one
Absolutely. Yeah, pull that up for sure. And you hit something right on the head as well too. You said a lot of people want to be with these credit unions. However, they are not building a relationship with them, or they don't even know how to build a proper relationship with them. I think that was most definitely key.
So I got a 19-year-old. Shout out to you, Jaden, if you're watching this. His dad reached out and was like, "Hey, my boy's going to college in
Yeah.
California somewhere." And I was
Yeah.
like, "All right, cool." And then he saw my son getting all his credit cards, right? So we've been
Yeah.
working with him, and it's about roughly about 95 days, maybe 100 days.
Hmm.
Don't want to show his phone number, but
Okay.
what it says right there. Hey,
Mm.
he got a 25.
Okay.
Was it 20? I'm sorry.
There we go.
Yeah,
20K. We see it. We see it.
yeah.
Look at that. Navy Fed, guys. You see it.
And
Look
it
at that.
just thank you. And then I was like, hey man, I said big ups to your pops, right? Because he's the one that did the investment. We put
Yeah.
him on, and yeah, man, those are the texts I like to get when I work with
Mm.
someone more
Yeah.
closely. But yeah, I love seeing
That's
that.
what's up. Absolutely. And I'm so glad you showed that, because that shows that the information, it obviously it works. A lot of people, and guys, these aren't hacks. These are just basic strategies. And if you do certain things a certain way, it's almost like ingredients. And it's like, man, it tastes good this way. I'm telling you, what e-com is going to be dropping is going to be tasting good. Okay. So, all right, let's go ahead and break down number two.
Number two, a money market account or
Okay.
a savings account.
Okay.
Money market account, your money grows for you.
Okay.
So what do I mean by that? You put 5,000
Yep.
in there, 3,000, 2,000, and at the end of the month, you might see $5 growth. Even,
Mm,
I know you guys might think like, well, $5, that's nothing. But
mm.
most of you guys have your money in savings and doesn't it grow nothing.
Real quick, be sure to download our free ebook today. All you got to do is scan this QR code right here or click the link in the description below. Now back to the video.
So
Right.
money market account with Navy Federal, have your money, builds that relationship once again. Now they're like, oh, he's got a flagship and he's got a money market account. Okay.
Yeah, two
So it's
accounts.
just building those internal points with Navy Federal.
That's right. Love it. Love it. And then let's break down number three.
Number three was a pledge loan.
Okay.
Pledge loan is, I hear a lot of people, they have
Yeah.
money, right?
Okay.
They have money, but they
Yeah.
don't know how
Where to put it.
where to put it, or how can that
Yeah.
money make them a 20, 30 points more. What I
Mm.
mean by that is you add a pledge loan, you have your own money, you put it into a savings account, you call
Okay.
Navy Federal and say, I like to do a pledge loan with my own money. They're going to lock it up. Then they're going to give you that same amount, and
Okay.
then you pay it off in 3 days, 99%. All
Mm.
right, you leave 50 to $100 in there,
Yeah.
and now you have a positive trade line,
Hmm.
primary
Yeah.
reporting on your credit. And you should
There we
see a
go.
20, 30 point boost at the end of the month.
Nice. Man, that's great. Now, another thing I want to ask about, I've seen people ask in some of the comments and videos we've done in the past about the pledge loan. And now, has anything changed as far as like the hard inquiry? Because I think at first it wasn't a hard inquiry to get to get everything rolling. Now it is a hard inquiry. Can you clarify that?
Good question. I've had people do pledge loans every day in my
Yeah.
community, and no
Mm,
hard inquiry,
mm.
to my knowledge.
There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah, no hard inquiry. And I've even
Mm,
confirmed that as far as, hey, did they pull an inquiry? Oh, no. Pledge loan is no hard inquiry.
there we go. Okay. Moving on. All right. So now number four, can we break that one down?
Trade line. Okay,
Mm,
trade line is you're piggybacking off someone else's credit. Okay,
okay.
so Calvin, he might have a 10K credit card.
Right.
Okay, if I say, hey Calvin, can you put me on that credit card
Yeah.
as an authorized user? Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm sure he could do it for free, or he can charge whatever the case. But you need
Right.
a trade line on your report for at least 10K or above, because remember,
Mm,
it does not make sense that Navy Federal will give you 20K if you only have a $300 credit card.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there was one
Got it.
step that I missed, but I'll touch it at the end, which is, I
No, no
think this is
worries. No worries.
crucial.
Okay. And then let me ask you this. Now, what are the chances that they would be able to still get a good limit over 10,000, maybe not 20, because everyone may not necessarily want to pay for, that trade line or know someone that could put them on that account. What's the worst case scenario if they don't? They just won't get the 20K?
Worst case, 2,500, 7,100.
Got you. Okay.
Worst case,
Got it.
yeah.
Okay. Not a bad situation. And then breast breakdown, the fifth step, number five.
Okay, number five is oops,
Yeah.
optional overdraft protection service. So
Yeah.
I did my research on this, and it's like, why do I have to get it on the 90th day? Why can't I get it when I
Yeah.
sign up? Because they don't know you. It's an
Mm,
overdraft protection. So if in case you
right.
swipe, they'll
Hmm.
cover you
You
up
ain't
to
got it.
500.
Right.
So if they don't know you, hey man, you gotta ease it up, partner. Right?
Right.
So on the 90th day, you can call. So some of you guys that are watching, you guys might have. I've had Navy Federal 5 years. I never heard of that. Okay, well
Right.
call that you want to sign up for Oops, and then you
Yeah.
should get it approved instant.
There you go. There we go. Okay, cool. There we go. And you said, was there something else you want to add on to that you mentioned, or you good? We caught it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
direct deposit. Okay, and I'm gonna throw you
Okay.
guys a bone on the direct
Mm,
deposit because some of you guys, well, can I just Zelle myself or can I have my wife
mm,
Zelle me? And that's
yeah.
what I try to go around because
Yeah.
most people they don't have direct deposit.
Yeah.
Go to ADP.
Mm,
ADP will do a payroll direct deposit from one
yep.
account to the other.
Yep.
Right? You can find a cheaper service because
Yeah.
ADP will charge you $50, but you're thinking, hey man, let me just do this for 3 months so I can
Yeah.
get that 20K card. Everything's an
Wow.
investment. ADP.
Absolutely. Yep. Especially, and by the way, especially if you all are business owners, you also have a payroll service anyway. When you when you think about it, right? All right. So now,
Yes.
all right. So awesome. So now we know that secret method, you guys. So make sure you guys go ahead and take those steps. Keep us posted inside the comment section below. Now, you also said that Navy Federal just made another major change with their account holders. What else is going on where you can now give someone something?
Oh yeah, yeah. So what I like about Navy Fed is obviously the reward system, the points.
Yeah.
Right. The best card that I like right now is the flagship because
Yeah.
you can turn that into cash back, travel,
Yeah.
right, dining, right. You can do all three.
Yeah.
And right now, you can gift your points to someone. So, what do I
Mm,
mean by that? Okay. I took a screenshot for you guys to give you guys a little bit more value.
mm.
And it's called, sorry.
There we go. Okay, so we see, okay, Navy Federal Visa Awards card, 20,000 points. Wow. Okay.
So
And so what
20,000
happened
so
there?
20,000 points is $200.
Okay.
Okay, so you can
Wow.
redeem it up to 500.
Okay.
Okay, and you
Yeah.
can mail it to someone. So right
Mm.
then and there, you can put it into your cart. Hey, mail it to my Uncle Joe, you
Yeah.
know, my cousin, whatever, and then they'll get it and they use it like a card. They
Wow.
can put a pin on it and everything.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Wow.
just like because remember, I use credit card for everything, so I have
Yeah.
cash back galore.
Yeah.
Right? I look at every card, I'm like, oh, so I got 100 here, 200 here, 500 here.
Yeah.
So everything adds up. So imagine, hey, I don't got to go out of my pocket
Yeah.
to give my my cousin $100 or $200. Let me just get my reward points, send it to her, and then now she can use it free willingly.
Mm.
But the fact that
Wow.
you can do that, right? The fact that you can do that, it saves the
Absolutely.
headache of you getting it and then
Yeah.
mailing it yourself. Hey, you know what? Let
Yeah.
me just do it through the app.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, guys, if you didn't take any notes, you got to at least subscribe to his channel. Listen, he talks about all these gems, all the time on his YouTube channel, and he goes deeper than that, inside of his community as well too. So, listen, we most definitely appreciate you being here. Let's keep going. So now also too, you talked about something that's a major game changer, and it's something that you didn't know everything about, and it's something called some type of banking. So what is that? What is that about?
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, cool. So guys, I've seen a lot of clients, right? And then how do they always stay in debt per se? Is
Mm,
because they're paying the credit cards wrong. And what I
mm,
mean by that is I've done it myself in the past. I've
yeah,
one of my co-founders, he was ritual for doing that. So I'm gonna
mm,
break it down as easy as possible. So
yeah,
let's say you have a credit card, right? And let's just say it's maxed out, 10,000.
yeah,
Okay. Every month, you're going to put a minimum payment. What's the minimum payment on that credit card? 400
yeah.
bucks,
Mm,
right? Let's say minimum
wow,
payment's 400.
okay.
This method allows you to not get a new job,
Mm,
not really change a lot of things, but one thing.
yeah,
You want to get your check and you want to put the whole check to the credit card because you're paying down the principal
right.
and you're not
Okay,
eating up the interest. So
okay.
let's say, and I'm just saying this is just for example purposes. Let's say someone gets
Yeah.
paid 2 grand. Let's just
Okay.
say he gets paid 2 grand. Let's say I mean, I'm sorry. The real example that I used on my channel was 3,000.
Okay.
3,000, and then 1,000 was going to his rent. So I told him put the whole 2,000
Yeah.
on the credit card,
Okay.
whole 2,000 on the credit card. So it
Okay.
goes from 10,000 now to 8,000, correct?
Okay.
He's still going to use the credit card, right?
Okay.
And he can use all of it how he normally does for everything he was going to buy anyways.
Right.
Groceries, haircut, whatever you were
Yeah.
going to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, let's say he does not use those 400 that as it's a minimum payment. So now next month, guess what? He's not going to be maxed out on 10,000. Now it's
Right.
actually going to be 9,600.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
know it took me a while to kind of process that because you're
Yeah.
counting the principal more, you're
Right.
getting reward points while doing it, but
Yeah.
you have to stay disciplined. Because remember,
Right.
people say, "Hey, I have an extra 1,500 now. Let
Yeah.
me, you know what I mean?" But those are just going towards your regular bills that you were already, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever
Exactly.
you pay with your credit card, use
Yep.
the credit. But yeah, that
Yeah.
hack right there, it's called velocity banking. Definitely do your research. I have a video on it, but
Okay.
it's game changer because, and
Wow.
that's how I've been kind of living lately. More
Got.
like, hey, I use my credit, I put, 2, 3 grand straight to
Yeah.
the card or my wife's card, and then
Yeah.
she'll see, oh, you know what? And one of the things that she kind of gets mad at me about is they give her more limits. I
Got you.
talked to them about another channel. She's yeah, they give her high limits crazy. And it's
Yeah.
because she's paying so much to the card.
That's right.
It's
Every
not
month.
your regular minimum due,
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly.
So if
Hey,
they can do that, it'll change the game. It'll change the game. And you'll see every month,
yeah.
boom, 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 like, oh shoot, because you're
Yeah.
tackling more principal.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I'm doing with my mortgage. I'm putting a
Mm.
thousand dollars extra each month so I can
Yeah.
pay down this house in
Yeah.
15 years.
Mm. Yeah.
So
Instead of,
things like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Man, it's very smart, and you touched on it big time because so I believe someone said you are saving more money by taking that money, and sometimes not necessarily saving it per se or saving all of it, but taking a portion of that, and not even just with that velocity banking strategy, but with the mortgage strategy as well too. And it's paying these things off a lot faster. You're saving so much more money, especially with the interest and such. But man, it's such a great strategy, that you just shared with us, as well for sure. All right. And then also too, you mentioned something about the Kohl's
Yeah.
credit card. Yeah, with
Yeah.
Capital One. So now what's that all about? Because they've had this credit card for years, but why is it such a big deal now?
So Kohl's, and this is that kind of, blame my wife and then also thank my wife in a way because I was against store cards.
Yeah, retail.
Like I
Yep.
was against store cards. Me and my wife, we'd get denied every time.
Yeah.
Old
Mm,
Navy, all these, we'd always get denied.
yeah.
And back then, when I was fixing our credit, she finally got approved for a Kohl's card.
Okay.
Right. So back then, Kohl's store card
Okay.
is key. Kohl's store card.
Store
Okay.
card. Got it.
Yeah, Kohl's store card. And then a few months back, we didn't really pay attention to it. We're
Yeah.
like, she got approved or upgraded to the Capital One Kohl's
Hmm.
card
Yeah.
because Kohl's and Capital One partnered up.
That's right.
And I
Yep.
was like, what? Because it appeared on her credit, and I was like, what? You got
Yeah.
another? When did you apply for a Capital One? I didn't because it doesn't show Kohl's; it shows Capital One.
Capital One. That's right. Yeah.
So here's the trick,
Mm.
because I did my research, and then for you to get a store card, yeah, you apply.
Yep.
They'll usually give you the store card, but if you spend more than $600 a year,
Yeah.
they will more than likely upgrade you to that Capital One card.
Mm.
Right? Because
Gotcha.
Kohl's store card, you can only use at Kohl's.
Right.
Kohl's
Yeah.
Capital One, you can use
Anywhere.
anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah.
And you can,
Wow.
do this velocity banking strategy with it. But just for you guys, because they're not they're not rewarding those who don't spend money at Kohl's. They're
Hmm.
rewarding those, and it's called the MVV, most valuable something.
Got you. Got you.
And
Okay.
spending $600 or more will make
Yeah.
you an MVP.
Yeah.
So that's how you can get that Capital One card.
Wow. And that's such a great backdoor way too, especially if they messed up their credit in the past, like you said, you were rebuilding and
Yes.
you get that relationship with them. Because a lot of times, when we mess up our credit, sometimes Capital One is in that mix. And it's like, man, how can we rebuild that relationship? How can we get back with them? That's such a great backdoor way because it's easier sometimes to get some of these retail cards and then kind of segue your way into getting with Capital One again. I think that's such a great, a smart way to do it for sure.
Yes. Because I mean,
Wow.
credit building is patience.
Yeah.
When you mess it up, we own we own that,
Yeah.
and we're like, hey, you know what? I know what I got to do now. I got to be more
Yeah.
disciplined. But if Kohl's, like I said, I'm against store cards, but if
Yeah.
Kohl's give you that card, and then you can upgrade it to a Capital One,
Mhm.
that's a primary trade line,
That's right.
and that's a plus on your credit,
Yep.
right? And then through time, you'll end up getting those high limit credit cards. Like it'll just happen
Yeah.
because you've just been so disciplined with your
Yeah.
credit.
Yeah. And not to mention, now you'll qualify for other cards that they may have, auto loans, auto loan refinancing. They have other products, and now you're in their database because you built that relationship with them too. Man,
Yes.
listen, like I told you all, this is why we bring the bulldog in the building. Okay. All
Thank you.
right. So now there was another thing that you talked about as well. And I know some of the people may be with Navy Federal, they may not know this already, but you're saying that the cashback card is now giving a different percentage. Is that another
Yes.
change that's happened? Okay.
Yeah. So it's the earn 2% cash back on everything.
Okay.
So how that works is this is only for selected members. They already have their algorithm or something. How it
Mm,
works is you might have that cashback card, but right
yeah.
now it's only giving you 1.5%.
Okay.
Okay. But they're selecting people who are being wise with their credit and they're
Mm,
upgrading them to the 2%.
got you.
My mom got it. My wife got it. Right.
Okay.
So they were blessed with giving them the 2% on everything.
Wow.
Now, for those of you who are pre-qualifying for a Navy Fed card and you choose to go with the cashback card first, I recommend going with that one first.
Yeah.
Right now, they're giving you an intro bonus. You spend 2,000, and they're giving
Hmm.
you $200 back.
Wow. Okay.
So right now, that's
Spend
the
2,000 and wait, you spend 2,000 to get how much back?
$200.
Wow. Okay. Look at that.
2,000 to
That's
two
what's
hundred
up.
bucks. Yeah,
Wow.
that's a little.
Okay.
Hey, $200. It can go a long
Absolutely.
way.
It most definitely can, especially if people are going to spend the money anyway. I think that plays a major role, for sure. For sure. Man, listen, we greatly appreciate you stopping by. Of course, Ecom, as always, listen, everybody, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to his channel. This is just some of the gems that he is able to share with us for sure. As he learns things, he researches it, tests it out, make sure he tests it out with his community as well, too, and then brings it back to us so we can go ahead and learn that same information. But yeah, thanks
Yeah.
again, Ecom. We greatly appreciate you being here, man. Thanks again.
Hey, thank you very much, Calvin, for having me on. And everybody, if you're watching Calvin's channel, hey, apply what the speakers are saying, apply what Calvin's saying. 2025, you should be a homeowner. Definitely invest in yourself, right? Get some equity, use that money to invest in something else. That's why we talk about this credit stuff because I want to give people a way out, right? And what I
Yeah.
mean by the way out is because sometimes you feel like you're trapped. It
Yeah.
might be a 9 to 5, might be something, but you fix your credit, you're
Yeah.
able to use that credit to build something else. So I
That's right.
appreciate you guys. I appreciate Calvin having me on for sure.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thanks again. And until next time, all right.